What's up, guys? It is Logan from Survivor LU, and I am joined today with the third person voted out of Survivor LU Genesis, Megan. How are you doing, Megan?
Good. Still bitter, but good.
Still better, but good. Well, Megan, I would love to dive right in and just tell me what you think went wrong with what led you to being in the spot you're at right now.
I mean, I think it was obvious watching back the episodes now that my team was coming for me from the beginning, whether I had a different alliance or not. Like, I was going to be voted off sooner rather than later. One thing I think I would have changed is when we met, like the very first night when Addie, Grace, and David left. I shouldn't have left with them. I probably should have stayed. So the
Yeah.
numbers automatically put me in the minority. But either, I mean, there was absolutely, other than maybe winning the challenge the night I went home, there was nothing I could
Yeah.
have done.
I would love for you to tell me kind of why you left with Addie Grace and went and got pizza and stuff that night, and kind of what was going through your head with all of that.
I so I didn't know anyone going in. There was no one I
Yeah.
knew. She was just someone that felt comfortable. I wanted it to work. Like, on initial like when you first meet people, I'd say like she was someone who I thought would kind of fly under the radar. Like,
Hmm.
she was someone that stood out as like the most strategic. Like, she just seemed like she was be someone that would be easy to communicate with and have trust in. Like, as far as trying to build trust, like she was the one person I kind of felt like, okay, I could trust her. And then I did want to work with Luke originally. So, I mean, I think honestly, I think I had a lot of homework going on that night. So that's why I kind of needed to go. But I was sitting here watching it with a friend, and I was just like, that was terrible idea. I
Yeah.
don't know why I did, but
We saw in that first episode where everyone was like, Megan is such a big target. Megan is such a big target. Uh, why do you think people were being so threatened by you so early on?
I mean, I think I come off as a very competitive, and my demeanor is kind of like in your face, not intentionally, but I think I went in with the mindset of like, I'm just gonna do everything. Like, I've been a super fan. Like, this was like kind of my first go at it. And I wanted to prove myself that I was going to be a player and that I was there to play hard. And I think I didn't do overly well in the first challenge, so I didn't think that I stuck out necessarily in the beginning as a like challenge threat. I mean, I unlocked the locks fairly quick, but not in a way that it was like 20 seconds and it was unlocked. Like, I guess I just came off as a strong person and competitive, and I wasn't there to like for a social meeting. Like, I was there to play. So I think that came across intimidating for people and as a threat. But honestly, I it's an honor to be the biggest threat on my team, quite frankly. I mean, I'm angry that I left when I did, but they clearly were threatened by me. So I mean, it's a compliment in and of itself.
Yeah, you can be proud of that.
Yeah.
Uh, so we saw you in your last week, your dying efforts, try to make a fake idol and play that off. I would love kind of to hear your mindset behind that, and then kind of how you think that strategy fell short and what you maybe could have done to maybe make it more convincing and stuff like that.
I think so. At in that week, like, my mindset was to be Russell Hans. Like, just everyone was going to be voting me anyways. So to try and have everyone turn on each other, to try and make valid points, which I know I made because they both Nathan, I mean, Ben, if you look at the five that was left, Ben is automatically, he's on the bottom of the four. I mean, Luke wrote his name down. So obviously he should have listened to what I said. I mean, I don't know when he gets voted off, but out of the five, he was on the bottom. And I think it was evident. So I made that case to him. I made the Luke and Alexa case to everyone that I talked to because it was evident that they were running the game regardless of what anyone thought. Now, I didn't know that Nathan and Luke were as close as they were. So I don't think, if I had known that, I wouldn't have talked to Nathan. I would have talked to
Hmm.
Liz, Ben, because Nathan went and told everything that I told him to Luke. So I didn't know that, but that's what happened. And I mean, I put Luke I mean, he was worried. So I guess I accomplished something. I mean, I don't know how I could have done the idol any differently. I didn't tell Ben I had it right away, and then I sent them a picture, so then they knew, like, so it looked like I had been looking for it. I mean, I never went out and looked for the idol. I had an idea that it was going to be by the lake. So like, I wish I would have actually went and tried to find it, because had I had a real idol, it would have changed everything in the
Yeah.
game. So, I mean, I don't know that my goal was to turn everyone against each other and make everyone mad and everyone feel like they were in hot seat. And I think I did that. I mean,
Hmm.
that's really the way I wanted to go out, but I would have rather known that I was going out and that I was on the chopping block rather than to be completely blindsided. So give or
Yeah.
take.
I would love to know who you personally feel the most betrayed by in this whole entire kind of first 3 weeks.
I mean, I don't think I had many like my two alliances were gone in the first week. So I didn't really have, I mean, what Alexa said when she sent me home, like I called after I watched it, because I've watched it a couple times, but I called my mom and I was like, I never really talked to her anyways.
Hmm.
Not that betrayed by her, but her assumption of me was like completely
Hmm.
wrong. And I mean, again, that's probably because I come off as a strong person. So she's probably the one that made me most mad. And like, I can't wait to see when she goes home. Like, so like, if I'm like still mad at anyone or bitter towards anyone, it's definitely
Hmm.
her, because I mean, I barely talked to her and she had it. I think her and Nathan were the ones who were gunning for me the most. I
Hmm.
think, I mean, it was kind of just with Alexa and Ben. He just, I guess, was trying to step the game. And I don't think Liz really, I mean, there's not many clips of her in terms of like confessionals. So I don't know how much
Hmm.
she was. And when I did talk to her, she seemed like she had a lot of other stuff going on rather than Survivor. So
No.
she necessarily had a vendetta against me like Nathan and Alexa. Whereas Nathan's was super nice. Like he was like
Hmm.
in his confessional was very nice about it and threatened I need to go. Whereas she was like crap talking everyone, which I don't think I crapped on. I just tried to pull Russell and make everyone mad, which I guess if you want to call that crap talking, then that's what that is.
Hey, you made her mad, so you did accomplish at least one thing.
Yeah.
So in the first week, we saw one of your really close allies, David, leave, but it was kind of out of nowhere. I would love for you to give just kind of a insight into that situation.
I mean, I think I really hurt him. He seemed like in his like confessional thing that like he was sure I wouldn't vote for him. I don't think he was ever like a strong alliance with me. Like he was the only person, like I think I'm the only one that he had reached out to.
Mhm.
So I could trust him like I could trust Addie Grace, but I kind of felt like he was on the bottom just because he was off campus and he
Yeah.
didn't really communicate with many people. So I didn't consider him a super close alliance, more as just someone to have in my back pocket as in terms of numbers. I really didn't like sending him home. I wanted Ben gone. I just again, I can't wait to see how far he goes, because I thought he would be gone definitely before me. But
Yeah.
so I wanted on that tribal.
Mhm.
So I was kind of not shocked. I knew it was coming, but again, I wanted to vote with the team, because at that point you don't want to be on the outs, even though I was clearly on the outs. So yeah, it was the right move to do at the time.
So Megan, if you got the chance to play again, what would be your strategy going in this time after kind of learning what you did in your first game? How would you take what you've learned and put it into practice in another game?
Okay, so I think how I'm going to start this answer might make people really mad on my own personal team if I were to do it again. But I would definitely start talking to the other team, because
Yeah.
I mean, I think I felt like my tribe was a disaster and completely untrustworthy. So I feel like if I went in, I think I had too much trust going in with the people that I had never met them. But even the
Hmm.
first night, like I could trust them, and then they took the knowledge, and it was just like I can't trust anyone. So I feel like being more strategic about who I align with, not leaving things when
Hmm.
there's more people on or the majority. Talking with the other team, being like searching for the idol. I should have went out and looked for the idol rather than just making a fake one. And I guess not coming across as big as a threat as I did, even though I don't really know how I would do that, but I guess yeah, that would be a few of the things. I think if I were, I would love to play again because it just makes me so mad. But I don't. Yeah, I would really have to think hard before I like starts, as in forming alliances and like I still don't understand how the alliances formed that they did. Like I never, like personally, I thought Luke's super athletic, and out of the guys, he's the most athletic. I'm the most athletic out of the girls, so we would align. That I didn't think we were going to be enemies when I walked in on the first day. So
Yeah.
I guess you just never know. It's definitely a game of, even in the real Survivor.
For sure. So your tribe was the only one that did take that knowledge twist. I would love for you to say, kind of talk about how you think that changed everything for your tribe compared to maybe the Tigers tribe. And if you would take that, if you had the chance to again.
Knowing how big of a threat I was right out of the gate, I would have 100% taken it. I think people taking the knowledge completely, there was no trust in the team whatsoever. I mean, I guess the core five, as they were calling themselves, good for them, I guess. And us three were on the outside, but I 100% would have taken it. I think I was infuriated that people had taken it. I think it was evident that the Tigers tribe had already had trust because nobody had taken it. And then we're over here, two people. So I just think it started out as a disaster, and that's what it was. I mean, I didn't trust anyone other than Natty Grace, really, and she was gone before me. So,
well, Megan, it was awesome being able to talk to you and dive into your game. New episodes every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you check them out. Episode 4 coming soon. Megan, thanks again, and we'll hopefully be in contact soon.
Yeah, absolutely.